All right, guys, this is George J. Saliba back with another exciting review today. We're gonna be doing the Rivian R1S. This is a very interesting vehicle to some. Most of you who are watching already know that this thing is retailing for $125,000 in the used car market, north of $125,000 actually. I'm selling them for $125,000 at this moment. I do think that the prices are gonna be going down on them, but today we're just gonna check it out. We're gonna show you the ins and outs of this vehicle. We're gonna talk about the specs, we're gonna talk about the range, and we're gonna just show you the technology features inside of this car. Most of you guys watching this video are extremely interested though of the market value, so we are gonna be covering a lot of that topic today. And today we're just gonna do a quick walk around video of the car, showing you guys the exterior, the differences between this and the R1T. So looking at the side of this vehicle, you guys are gonna notice it's got a really wide stance, long stance, has a really big third row seat, which is very nice. This vehicle actually reminds me of something like the new Jeep Grand Cherokee L or the new Jeep Commander. Is it the Commander? Shit, the new Jeep Wagoneer. All right, so it's the Wagoneer that this reminds me of. Has the same shape, very similar. My preferences driving this car, I enjoy driving an R1T, just gonna say that out there real quick. I think the R1T drives a little bit better than the R1S, but the R1S is probably the most sought after Rivian right now. The only Rivian that's holding above MSRP in the used car market. So we're gonna check out the back seats because it is probably the most thing, probably the biggest thing that's different than the R1T. As you can see, if I jump back here, tons of space. I'm a pretty big guy, so I sit pretty far back. My knees aren't touching back of the seats. Super beautiful panoramic display right above my head. And then if we pop the seats back, we can check out the third row. So I'm gonna jump back here. This third row seat's not that bad. I'm gonna try and close this. Yeah, but you can slide it back more. You wanna slide it back more? All right, so I'm in the back of the Rivian R1S, and I can see why this is a hot car. I mean, I could deal back here for maybe an hour, you know? Not next to anyone sitting next to me, but I could deal back here for maybe an hour. And I'm letting the passenger in front of me sit very comfortable right now, you know? I mean, this is probably at a standard setting. So now I have a ton of leg room. It could work. So giving myself some slack here, you can see that there's a lot of leg room for the passenger in the middle. And getting out, I just push the button right on the shoulder right here. Push that button right on the shoulder and getting out, not so bad. Yeah, it's a great family car. So checking out the third row seat, this is why this is such a hot car. A lot of storage room going throughout the rear. Let's see if we have any storage under here. Minimal storage over here, but not bad. Seats will go flat. And if you push these buttons right here, make a few minor adjustments, and you're good to go. Take the headrests off and it'll go flat. Yeah, so let's take this guy for a ride today. All right, guys, we're gonna take this car for a ride right now. Again, I did do a video on the R1T.
Rivians have a mind of their own though. That's what, like, honestly, it's why I love Tesla so much, but it is a sick truck.
So if any of you guys who are watching this video right now on the R1S are interested, you can check out that video and go back and forth. But again, this car drives very similar to the R1T. I do believe the R1T drives better, but let's go for a ride. All right, so backing out, you can see that we have a huge, it's almost like a 12-inch display with a beautiful 360-degree bird's eye view camera. Again, guys, this is extremely similar to an R1T. You're just gonna have the extra space, the third row seats in the back. You're gonna have your 800 horsepower. When I would do the launch in a Rivian, in the R1T, it was like super quick. I've never launched this car yet. It doesn't have an official launch. I think it just kind of goes. This R1S on 22s, drives very well. I do believe the ride quality is better on 20s, and the 21s are gonna give you the most range possible. So you aren't gonna get the best range on 22s. You get like 285 miles of range, but 22s look great. You know, they really bring the car together.
Yeah, it's a bit rough though.
It is a bit rough. First driving impression when I got in the R1S with 22s, I was like, actually, it's a bit rough, you know? And I've had customers come in and test drive some of the other R1Ss and R1Ts we have. More people are telling me they like the R1T drive better, but the R1S, I've gotten a lot from people that it rides a little bumpy, a little rough, you know, not as smooth. So we are driving in all-purpose, standard height, soft ride. So this is the best ride you're gonna get. I'm gonna put it in sport right now just to feel it because I've never actually driven this R1S in sport before. So everyone watching this video already knows that these things are selling for ridiculous, you know, numbers. And I wanna talk about when the R1Ts first came out. When the R1Ts first came out, they were retailing for $140,000. And they dropped very quickly from 140 to like 140 retail to 130 to 125 to 120 to 115. Now the R1Ts are selling for 92.9, 93.9 retail. It's not even like a steady sale. They're still kind of like trying to find its ground. The R1Ss, you know, it's a different subject because they made a bunch of R1Ts. And, you know, a lot of R1Ss are coming out now, but they're coming out at a slower pace than the R1T did. So going into the new year, in the past 30 days, I've noticed a lot of R1Ss popping up. And I never really got into the R1S market early on because I was afraid of the drop. When they first came out, they were being offered to me around $130,000. A month later, they went from 130 to 125, and they went from 125 to about 118. And at the 118 mark, I was still like very nervous to get in because this car brand new is $76,000. So if anyone was lucky enough to get one of these cars, they're making a huge profit, like total free money on just ordering a car. So now this car brand new, if you're just deciding to order an R1S right now, it's around $92,000. Brand new. If you live in New Jersey, you don't pay sales tax. So you're owning that car for maybe 92, 93, after fees, etc., whatever have you, on custom options and all that kind of stuff. If you're paying tax, you're gonna own this car for around $100,000. Around $100,000 at this time, at this current date, they're currently selling, you could currently sell it to a dealer or a private party for $115. That's at this current time. Now, if you look on Cars and Bids and other websites, they're selling for like $105 right now, so they're starting to come down. I do believe these will remain strong going into the new year, but I don't know for how long. I do think 105 is the bottom. I do think that they're gonna be selling for 105 for a long time, but I do believe 115 is kind of like catching a falling knife right now. You'll always be able to sell it for 115, I believe, but I had sold two already pretty quickly for 125. This one I'm driving right now is listed for 125, and I'm not getting really many bites on it. But that is basically the market. Quick summary on these cars. So if you guys are looking to buy and flip these cars, I think that time is coming to an end. It's possible that it's going to hold, that this market will hold from 105 to 115. I know that's a broad range, but I think that's going to hold until going into the summer of 2023. All right, I have an R1S on order, and my projected date is November to December of 2023. I think that's very similar to a lot of other people's dates. I don't believe that they're going to be possible that they could be pumping these cars out as quickly as the R1Ts, but we'll see. I'm not convinced that it's going to be, as easy to get as an R1T. However, the R1S you're going to have more demand because a lot of people are looking for a 7-passenger. So that's a quick summary of the R1S market, a little bit of the R1T market. If you guys are looking to sell this car, I do buy them. You can go to sellmyev.com. And if you are looking to buy a Rivian R1T and R1S, I have great prices on R1Ts right now. You can see my inventory. We have over 600 cars in stock, 75 EVs in stock at jsautohaus.com. And again, if you're looking to sell, you can get in touch with me directly at sellmyev.com or any other one of my buyers at sellmyev.com. So that is it. If you guys want me to give you some driving impressions, I do like to talk more about the market, but it's a great car to own. If you're driving from here to work, 1 or 2 trips a week, great car to own. My personal thing is I'm not a fan of Electrify America too much. I do prefer driving Teslas for long distances, but again, this car is like one of one. There's not many of them on the road. It turns heads like crazy. Everyone's always stopping me and asking me like, what is that? What am I driving? And it's just more of a unique car to drive. It's, gives you presence on the road.
Status boost.
I didn't want to say status boost, but it's cool to own something that not a lot of people own. There's hundreds and millions of Teslas on the road, but Rivian's R1Ss, I think I've seen like 1 or 2 driving around in this area, but yeah, not too many of them. The 22s, I haven't driven the 21s yet. But the 22s, they drive a little rough. We've been talking to a lot of customers who are selling Rivian R1Ss right now, and it does seem like the 115 price has gone away. We're like at 110 to 115 right now, depending on spec and miles and distance. But I don't know, I think 105 to 110 is coming as the new base for these cars. But everything in general has come down, and everything in general is losing profit in the secondhand market. If you guys are interested in commenting on my opinions on the market or interested in looking at any other videos that I've reviewed, you can check out my my channel, and you can comment below if you want to give your opinion on what you guys think on where the market's headed on these Rivians specifically. I'd love to hear what you guys think about the current market. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.